Righto, guys. Welcome back to another week of the CodTales podcast. I'm Az.
I'm Dane.
And this week we've got a few stories about a kill switch moment. Some absolute crackers in there, eh, Dane?
Oh, mate, we had a couple of mishaps over the last couple of weeks that have been pretty funny.
Yeah, proper good on the ears, I reckon.
Getting stuck in a lightning storm, absolutely getting drenched, getting utes bogged, breaking utes.
My word, we've done that.
Yeah, it's all happened.
Some really good fish coming out of the river lately. Some really good topics on that.
Cracker. We get stuck into cod gnats.
Cod gnats. This is exciting. The
Very
CodTales
exciting.
boys are going to cod gnats.
Let's go!
As well as a few fish injuries and diseases along the way.
Talking about carp. A few carp studies have come out recently and their impacts on the environment in the water.
And why we shouldn't have glass in the rivers.
Oh, my pet hate.
Alright, so let's rip in.
Let's do! Alrighty, we are back. Welcome back to another week of the CodTales podcasts. I am Dane.
And I'm Az.
Woo! Let's get into it. Righto, mate. We've had some fucking cracker trips of the last couple
Yeah,
of
right.
weeks. Probably the last time we sort of talked about any sort of trips was at the start of the year and we did our New Year's sort of episode. So
Yeah, a few resolutions and what we're going to catch. And don't get me wrong, we've put some time on the water too. So
haven't we? And don't get us wrong, there's been a lot of solid cod caught lately. Holy crap.
yes, the 80s are rolling in still. So
80s are rolling in. One of the boys got a 113 out of Macquarie just this week.
yeah, this week, brood of a fish, absolute brood of a fish.
Tank.
Big head on it too.
Huge head. Body was as thick as a brag, well, as deep as a brag mat.
And that's a big brag, man.
It is a big brag mat.
Yeah, no, cracking fish.
Hey.
Old Matty Spittle's got that one.
Yeah, bloody oath. So, mate, you had a bit of a trip down to the little river that I didn't get an invite to.
You didn't get a bait for, mate.
That's all right. Well, you were doing a bit of deer hunting beforehand, weren't you?
Yeah, we've done a bit of shooting and got a few deer and whatnot, but the river was too close not to take the rod. So, lo and behold, the rods went in the ute, and we got fished a little bit in the morning, which was good. A lot of fish on surface. Unreal river for surface, eh?
Yeah, just describe the river to me, or describe the river for our viewers, I should say.
Okay, so the best way I could explain this to you is half the Macquarie. So it's half the width. It's only a cast width wide.
Yeah.
And shallow. Like the deepest part I found in that whole river system was probably 2.5 metres max.
Which is why it's perfect surface, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly right.
Brilliant.
And clear, mate. Holy shit, is it clear?
Another good thing for surface.
You could see fish cruising around like
right.
the old carp.
Oh, wow. Yeah, okay.
But mate, we've seen some cracking fish. Never seen a monster, but yeah, definitely seen some good looking fish. And I think the biggest we pulled out of there, me and Chip, I might have got a 70, might have been 70 something, 72, I can't remember.
Still a good fish.
Yeah, but he was over 70 and he was on surface. And mind you, surface at like 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning. It wasn't early.
Yeah, that's right. Just goes to show it doesn't matter when you chuck it, you can still catch it.
Yeah. There was plenty of sun on the water, but that type of an environment for cod, that's going to be when they made food sources. There's no way they can get out of these holes. They're in there.
Yeah, until the water comes up and down and they can move around a bit freer. But when it goes down, they're pretty much
that's right.
in
and
there,
if food's going to swim across the top, they're gonna take their chance. So it was really cool. It's first time I've ever seen that water too.
Yeah, I haven't gotten over there and had a fish yet, but it's all land based, isn't it? There's no.
Yeah, you wouldn't drag a kayak through there. No way.
There's spots there's that shallow. You even want to get a kayak, you'd have to drag a kayak through.
Well, put it this way: one of our best holes was probably 30 metres long.
Yeah.
And we parked the ute in the middle of the river. That's how skinny this water is.
Yeah, right. Wasn't even touching the undercarriage. It was
Mate,
Tyres were barely in the water.
You could wear your shoes and socks, mate. There's no water there at all.
Yeah, right. So it comes in and out of depth.
Yeah. So there was one main pool we fished. It was probably, give or take, probably 300 metres, which was a proper hole.
Yeah, gotcha.
And we walked up and down both sides of it. And, mate, we caught. It wasn't crazy, but we did catch a lot of fish. I think we were over 10 anyway.
There is some really cool fisheries like that. I'm not going to mention names, but they are heaps shallow for ages that you could wade through it. I went to one recently, didn't get above my knees.
Yeah.
And then it goes off into nice deep pools and there's big fish.
Yeah, yep.
It just thinking about it, it's probably like, river comes up, cod get into these holes, there's all sorts of different cod in there, different sizes.
Exactly.
Water comes down, the big cod gets trapped, what's he going to do? He's going to eat everything inside. He's going to have you for breakfast, you for lunch, and you for dinner.
Absolute eye-opener. It's a part of a river system that I've wanted to fish for years and years and years.
Yeah.
And, got the invite, and it was pretty cool to head over there and do that style of fishing. But amazing how different it is compared to the Macquarie.
Yeah,
or any other type of fisheries, really.
And it feeds the Macquarie.
Yeah. So a hard body, for instance, everyone knows I love a hard body.
Yeah.
Couldn't get a follow, touch, bump on nothing.
Yeah, okay.
Now, most of these fish in this river system were probably 55 to 60.
Yeah.
The main lure we caught everything on was big swim baits.
Really? Okay.
Like
subsurface, or you were sinking them a bit.
Yeah, most of the swim baits we weren't using chin weights.
Okay. So they might be going a foot down.
Like gantrels.
Okay.
That style. I was using Depths glide bait for a bit there. Got some fish on it.
Yeah.
Like they were so interactive with big lures.
Huh.
Hated small stuff. Put on a little chatterbait or a mumbler or...
No, weren't about it.
Yeah, just didn't want to borrow of it. You put something with a bit of volume about it and they were all over it like a rash.
Yeah. You'd get the same, strike and everything?
Oh, shit, yeah, mate. There was even one I fucking had a bit of an oopsie. Threw too far, went over a tree branch, my lure wrapped around the branch twice and just hit the water. So my venticrawler's half in the water, trying to shake it off. This cod did it 3 times. I was like, for fuck. If he grabs it, he might snap the branch. But I ended up flicking it off and he wouldn't come back, but I shook the shit out of that tree. So he probably had a bit of wind up him.
Something's going on here.
It was unreal. I definitely want to fish it again. A lot of walking, but
that's not too bad.
It's definitely a river system that doesn't get pressured too. So
Any snakes?
Thankfully, no.
I know I'd be wearing gaiters or something if I was doing that much walking through that sort of terrain.
We spoke about that.
Yeah.
We both didn't wear any.
What were you wearing, you bloody Crocs?
No, I knew how much walking we were going to do, so I went and bought myself a pair of hiking boots.
Yeah, righto.
And don't get me wrong, holy shit, they're
comfy.
Oh, proper. Spent a bit of money on them.
Yeah.
But, definitely saved me trip there with them.
Good shit ain't cheap and cheap shit ain't good, bud.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, walking through the little shallow parts of it with waterproof shoes, that was pretty cool, not coming home with wet socks.
Yeah, for sure. Be worth it just in that.
Yeah, God, yeah.
And you haven't got to wear a bloody gumboot.
Yeah, but I've got a proper long line here.
Long line. Yeah.
I really love
I think you were very excited last time I saw you to talk about this.
Mate, because it was one of those ones this is why we made this podcast.
Yeah, bloody oath.
And it was the old, we're finished fishing, pub home's at 10:30. We'll have a quick skewy before we come home.
Be rude not to, wouldn't it?
We swung into this lovely little town and...
Small town pubs, that's where it's at.
Proper. And mind you, we're 10 minutes late, but the publican opened the door, so it was even better. So I could hear and got a schooner each, and this old fella walks in and
Yeah.
I don't know what he
The
does,
old
but
barfly.
he walked in, grabbed a long neck, walked back out, and we were sitting out the front.
Yeah.
He's pulled up and he said, "You boys made fishing." We're in fishing
Fishing
shirts.
gear, yeah.
Yeah, mate, yeah. Oh, yep. Whereabouts you go? We rattled off. We're trying to explain. I had no idea because I've been taking this place the first time in my life.
Yeah.
And we've explained where we were. He said, "Oh, yeah, mate, you ever fish this? You ever fish the bottom hole there?" And we're like, I had no idea. And Chip was like, yeah, that's the one we finished up in.
Yeah.
And this is where it gets good. So he spun around and he said, "You didn't catch me pet cod Peter, did you?" I was like, whoa, here we go. Write this down. And we let him go on because this is great. I said, "Tell me more about Peter, this cod. Peter the cod.
Yeah.
Tell me more." "Yeah, mate. If I want to go see Peter, I go down and put a bit of chicken on a hand line. I don't use rod."
Yeah.
He said, I'll give him his piece of chicken, and when he bites it, I pull him in real softly, real slow, real softly.
Nice
He
and
doesn't
gentle.
kick. And he's like, and when he realises it's me, he pushes himself up on the bank and he's just waiting for a pat. And he's like, you give him a good neck rub and he's absolutely loving it. I guarantee that fish was not loving it. So, and he said, I'll take the hook out. Most of the time it's not even in him. Like I'm pulling that light.
Yeah.
And he said, I'll give him a pat and give him a wave and send him on his way. And I said, fuck, that will do me. Best small town
That's
chat
great.
I've seen.
What size do you reckon it was, this cod?
That was my next question. I said, how big's Pete? And he said, mate, Pete would be 50, 60 pound.
That's a big bloody fish.
That's a big animal.
That's a big animal.
Right, no,
Yeah,
good on him, mate. And, before he could walk away, he said, I've caught him 5 times and he still says goodbye every time. I was like, well said, mate. Well said. And we sat back and I looked at Chip and it was just one of those ones where we put the beer to our mouth before we started laughing. And I was like, you know what, good on him. Like,
Yeah.
but
Now, didn't Peter have a girlfriend?
Peter did have a girlfriend.
What was her name?
I can't even
Tracy. Was it Tracy?
remember. Yeah.
I think Peter had a girlfriend called Tracy.
Yeah, she wasn't as big though.
No, she lived on the other side of the log bar.
Tracy.
She was only about 25 pounds.
Yeah, invites her over on a Saturday night.
Want to come to my side of the log, darling?
Hey, Dale, come over here. Got some car for dinner.
Oh, that's cracking. See, that's one of the many reasons why I love small town pubs. Not just the beer and the atmosphere. It's the people you meet. You know, you get a bit of a yarn out of them, a bit of a story. That's absolutely cracking.
Yeah, it was a cool experience we caught us because it was just, you're like, how far was that story stretched? But then again, you don't know the end of the truth. So
Yeah, that's right.
there could have been a cod there that was 50, 60 pound that he's caught 5 times in one hole. But you just don't know.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of a long line.
Yeah. It just sounds good.
Yeah. Makes you want to find that hole.
Yeah, bloody oath. Find Peter, have a pat.
G'day, Peter.
Yeah. So other than that, you've done a bit of work recently, trying out some new colours and flavours and stuff on lures. So
Yeah, I have.
take it away, son. You got some Colour Shift Customs.
Colour Shift Customs.
And
if
boy, do they look good. I'm so jealous of those
this bloke
lures.
can paint.
Yeah.
Absolutely can paint.
The thing that amazes me about those paint jobs is when the lures move in the water, it almost looks like the paint job stays still.
Yep.
Of how it changes and moves in the light. That is unreal.
Yeah,
it is
with
so
his
cool.
colour shift. Yep.
Yeah, unreal. And I don't know if I guess cod get the same sort of effect.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe that sort of change in the light and sort of tricks them. Maybe it intrigues them more. I don't know. It did the other day. You absolutely smoked me on one of them.
Yeah, no, it was really good. So check him out if you're listening. Colour Shift Customs on Facebook and Insta.
Yeah, unreal.
Absolute. So this fella here from Colour Shift, he's painted a lot of lures for me and a few of the boys here as well. And not just brand new lures, Like, if you've got an old faithful
stuff.
that's
Yeah.
beat to the shit house and hardly got any paint left on it, you can't bring yourself to throw it away. Mate, he'll re-resin this thing, repaint it, get it back to the original colours, send it back, and it's like a brand new lure again.
Yeah, how good's that?
So he's done some...
He can even fix ones with holes in them, can't he?
Yeah,
Did I hear that right? Yeah.
I had one that I ended up punching a treble through the side.
Yeah.
Like just pierced a hole. Repainted it, re-resined it, sealed the lure right up, and works absolutely fine.
There you go.
So some of these lures that I've had probably caught 50 to 100 fish or whatnot.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're the ones that you pull out of the box and you're like, yeah, fuck, it's out of stay. I'm not fishing it. Like, it's got no paint left on it. And then, yeah, send them over to Colour Shift and he repaints them and you're like, fuck, I've got my old faithful back. So it's just...
Yeah.
And I've been really inventive with the colours and so is he. He's really good at coming up with colours as well.
Yeah, yep.
His colour scheme in his head works magic.
Unreal. Yeah, I remember you looking at, you had a blue one, and I know you don't like blue lures all that much.
No, I didn't.
But now you love them.
Yeah, mate, when I caught 4 fish in fucking 20 casts.
Yeah, well, you had me 5 to 1 on that damn thing. I don't know, I couldn't buy a bite, and I was like, what the hell am I doing?
Yeah. Yeah, so I've got, some baby cod, but anything from swim baits to...
Yeah.
TN60s, I've got him to paint shitloads.
Yeah.
But it's saving me money in a way. Because I'm not...
I love that. I'm spending money to save money.
I'm spending to save, and that's exactly what you repeat to the missus after hearing this when you send him some lures. So
I'm not buying a new one for triple the price. I'm just getting an old one redone so it looks new.
yeah, cheaper. But yeah, no, some cracking colours.
Yeah.
You've seen it. You've seen a few of them, like his colour
I'm
shifts.
Thoroughly impressed.
Swim baits. I've got some like custom colours that I've picked out.
Yeah.
The Murray cod one that
his Murray cod colour is unreal. I really like that colour.
Now, mind you, this bloke's never caught a cod or seen a cod.
Really? And he got that colour?
And he come into the shop and we spoke about it, and I said, how about you try and paint me a Murray cod colour because cod eat cod.
Yeah, for sure.
And he sent me back a TN60. That was the practice run.
Yeah.
And he fucking nailed it.
Yeah, it looks so natural, like how the yellows blend into the greens and all the lines through it and stuff. It looks really natural.
Yeah, sure does. So then got it painted on a few gantrels and then got a few slick backs done in them. And, mate, come up an absolute treat.
That's awesome.
Absolutely. So
that's so good.
Yeah, go give him a follow.
Yep.
Shoot him a message. Get some of them old ones that you're not going to throw again.
Well, even like I've been thinking about it, getting some old ones that have knocked paint off and are a bit sentimental to me. So I've got the first lure I ever bought.
Yeah.
Which was like the rainbow coloured size, might be the size 1 stump jumper.
Yep.
And I'll never get rid of it. It's lost all its paint off the back of it from teeth on fish, and it's caught that many cod and yellows. I'll never get rid of it. But I'd love him just to dip it in epoxy and clear coat it.
Yeah, just bring it back to life.
Yeah, bring it back to life. Accents all the teeth marks and colour loss and that sort of shit. Just makes it pop a bit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And he does all that. And like, would love to see a few boys send some lures in that they really love as well.
Yeah.
So Grant from Colour Shift, he's also
give him a yell.
Jumped on board with us. Keep in mind, might be a couple of weeks, but he's going to make us some one-of-ones and one-off colours for the mental health board.
Yeah.
I think
he already tucked in his hat on the last mental health auctions. He's one of the boys who won the Gigantual and the Lucky Craft, the real BG swim baits. He already jumped on and said, if this goes over $200, I'm going to paint him for free.
Yeah.
That is cracker.
So he's also supporting us, and we'd like to give it back to him because he does a cracking job.
Yeah, awesome. Go check him out.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, that probably brings us to our next trip after that, doesn't it?
Let's go.
So we had a bit of a video that went up in the last week, and if you've seen it, we look like 2 drowned rats getting pushed back by 40k winds. in my little tinny.
Mind you, this video, when it was put up and when it was filmed, had nothing on the end result. It got worse and worse and worse.
As we went up that river and started getting that boat out. I just remember the rain coming down in sheets, and you couldn't see 5 meters in front of you.
Yeah.
Jeez, it got thick.
Well, I'm pretty sure the Dubbo airport got like 50-something mil in that 50 minutes or whatever it was. It was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. So to set the scene, me and Az see this storm coming on the radar, and it's meant to go south of us by, a fair bit. We're like, that's really cool. It's some low pressure coming through. Let's go fishing.
Yep.
Sweet. Organise it for that afternoon, headed out. Anyway, we didn't keep a close eye on the radar.
No.
So after, I think we got about 45 minutes of fishing in, and it was cracker. We had 6 fish in 45 minutes out of this spot. Like,
yeah, we're just belting. Like, we can nearly still see the car.
Yeah, yeah. And all of a sudden get a couple of drops, and we're like, it's probably just the top edge of it. It's not going to be that bad. And the wind starts picking up. And then the drops get heavier, and the rain gets heavier. And there would have been, by the time we got back to the car and everything, there would have been about 10 mil of water flat in the bottom of the boat. Jeez, that thing filled up quick.
Yeah.
It was so much damn water. I couldn't bloody believe it. But as soon as we get back, it's on a pretty steep bank. Like, we winch this boat up and down this bank.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my Lord. As soon as that gets a bit of water on it, it just turns as slick as baby shit.
Yeah, doesn't it? What? Here I am trying to dig myself some fucking footwells with a stick to try and get up, literally to get to the fucking winch rope.
Yeah.
By the time we hooked the boat up and I was halfway up, I dug myself 20 little feet imprints to get halfway up this bank.
I was watching him. He had the rods and a tackle box, like all our phones and stuff in there. I went down there. You're right, mate. He's looking up. I can see all the slip marks down the bank. He's like, I cannot get up.
Nah,
so I'm like, righto, pass me the box, pass me the rods. He chucked them up a fair way so I could grab them and take them up. Then I see him get this little stick, and he's carving out these little U-shaped holes in the side of the bank just to try and get a footing. But that's the worst thing about that dirt that's there. The top layer goes slick as anything, but as soon as you knock that off, it's dry.
Yeah, it's bone dry. Yeah.
Bone dry.
I only had to get an inch deep and I was good to go. So here I am just going, that's what I said. Anyway, so I've hooked in and dug myself some, and by this time I'm starting off and bark because I'm not built for fitness. And I remember you come down the second time and you said the boat's up here, you right. And I said, fuck mate, I've got about 3 steps to go and I'm on the grass, I'm good.
Yeah.
And I finally get there. I walk up the top of the bank and it's still barking down.
Oh. Yeah.
We nearly lost the tackle tray. We forgot about that bit.
Nearly lost the tackle tray trying to get up the hill.
Dane went arse over tit.
Yeah, my first attempt, I'm holding on 2 rods and the tackle tray with everything in it. Try and get up this little step, slip down about 1.5 meters, and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do this. I'm going to leave this stuff down the bottom in a safe spot, and I'm going to use the winch rope and, not abseil or rock climb up the side of the thing using the winch rope.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yeah, so we nearly lost the phones and wallets and fucking God knows what.
Yeah, so it's about 20 minutes of us slipping up and down this hill trying to get this boat out.
Mate, I'm not kidding. You probably don't even know this, but the time you were up the top with the winch, I would have fell on my ass at least 15 times before I decided I'm getting a stick to dig myself some footwells to get out. It was
well, by the time you got up to the top, I'd already have everything out of the boat, the electric, the back motor, batteries, fuel tank, everything was out of the boat, ready to rock and roll. And I was like, you got up just in time to help me lift the little tinny on top of the roof racks.
It would have been quicker for me to just pile drive myself back into the river and go throw the winch strap down and winch me up.
Would have been a bit easier in hindsight.
I know for next time anyway.
Yeah, for sure. But that's not where it ends, does it?
It didn't end for a while.
So we finally get boat sorted out. Aaron had his ute down there. I had my ute down there. Now, there's a pretty steep track to get down to this little spot. And it is all dirt and grass. So again, same sort of dirt on that bank, slippery as hell. Anyway, I'm like, I'll go first. I've got the winch. If I get up to the top, at least I can winch you up. So get in the fall low, slide like anything else all around the place. Managed to get enough traction, get up to the top. I'm like, sweet. I'll just sit here and see what happens with Aaron. I'm waiting there for about 2-3 minutes. Where the fuck is he? Nah, not coming. I was like, he must be getting ready or something. Anyway, I get out of the cart, still bucketing down. Like there's little streams running down this hill off into the river near. Anyway, there's Aaron stuck at the bottom of the hill. Didn't go a single foot up this damn hill.
Nah. Just straight spin.
Yep.
So
it's like, put your diff lock on.
Yeah, I put it on and boy did I drop it. I've given it all it's got in the little poor old Ford Ranger and I heard a clunk and carry on. I was like, shit, what the fuck was that?
That didn't sound good.
And all of a sudden I got an error on me dash that my diff lock is no longer there. And I was like, yeah, right, something's going wrong there. So my diff lock's gone.
Yeah. Well, you did manage to get up a few metres after that while it was working.
Yeah. And then she said goodbye, but we end up spinning your ute around and throw the wind strap down.
Yep, got the wind strap out. Wasn't long enough, so we had to get a snap strap out on top of that.
Yep.
Finally started winching you up. All good, all good. And you get to the top of the hill and he starts heading out of the area. And then I, put the winch rope in, get back in the car, go to put it in reverse, and all I get is this clunk. And then the whole ute just goes... It's just shaking horribly. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? So I take it out of fall low, which seems to help it a little bit. Try and start reversing up again. Nah, will not go in reverse at all. I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck is going on here? Going to forward, starts creep forward a little bit. I'm like, cool, don't want to go back down that hill. I'll try and reverse again. Finally went in reverse, but as I'm going back, there's a clunk, clunk, clunk. I'm like, that sounds like CVs. That sounds like CVs binding up or something. I was like, oh man, this sucks. Thought I'd done a CV. Anyway, get out, get up the hill, and just as I was about to park my car to go check Aaron was all right before we left, tried to go forwards, clunk again, tried to go reverse, clunk again, couldn't go anywhere. It was stuck in reverse. Oh, man, my heart sunk.
Shit show of a trip.
It was terrible. Like, ute's not going anywhere, couldn't go forward, couldn't go backward, couldn't change gears. It was stuck in reverse. Ended up getting the shits, pushing the lever forward and back. We were rocking the ute to try and get it out of gear, thinking it was stuck in gear or something.
Yeah.
Changed it out of four-wheel drive. That didn't help. The gear lever gave way, so it was in park, but still red on the dash. That was in reverse. Going, what the hell is going on here? Went stuff it, leave it, we'll come back to it later. By this point, it stopped raining. It was sunshine.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And then we even had a bit of a joke. Fuck, let's throw it back in.
Put it back in.
But then, I was already covered from head to toe.
Yeah.
Front
dripping.
to back, nutsack and all.
Yeah.
I was covered in
You were
mud.
down to your undies at this point, if I do remember.
Yeah, 100%. I had no shirt, no shorts, no socks. And from putting wind straps on and fucking God knows what. And, you should have seen the inside of my ute.
Yeah, you said it was bloody mud covered.
Oh, it was caked in it. And I was trying to half clean myself with a shirt before I got in my ute. Didn't help at all. I reckon I smeared it.
Hey. That's just, I hate being covered in mud and then having to get in your ute. That is a pet hate of mine. I'd rather be soaking wet than have mud everywhere. But turns out, after next day, went back, had a look and see what was wrong. What had happened was the bottom bracket off me diff snapped. Bye-bye. See you later. And then from going front and forward, the diff had shifted, which sent me tail shaft on the front diff up, severed the it's an automatic, so the transmission cable from my selector down to the transmission, severed it, and that's why it went all floppy and didn't allow me shift.
Ding, ding.
So what I had to do from there is crawl under the ute, find the little selector on the side of the transmission, select the gear I wanted, make sure it was in on handbrake.
Yeah.
So I didn't run myself over.
Shit.
So I made sure the handbrake was on real good before I did this, but got in there, changed it into drive on the side of the transmission, drove him home. Like he wasn't too far.
The worst part of all for the cherry on top is we got back covered in mud, wet to the brim.
Yeah.
There was no fucking beer.
Yeah, that's
there
right.
was no beer.
Got back home and went, let's have a beer. I'm done with this day. Got to the fridge. Nothing. He forgot to get some more. Yeah, it was one of those days that you wish you'd never gone out, but still with a smile on your face and you're like, I'll be back.
And I got to admit, it was probably one of the hottest half-hour fishing sessions we've had this season.
It was red hot, yeah. Like 45 minutes, I think, we were on the water and, 6 fish.
I had a good time.
You were braining them. You were braining. I got one.
I had a fat time. Our colour shift, Pro Blue, whatever it's called. My lordy.
Yeah, bloody oath. So you also recently had a trip with Bomber from the shop on Sunday. Went out with him, the young fella Billy go?
Yeah, Bill come.
Yeah, sick.
And,
You had a bit of a fish off, I heard.
Yeah, we were supposed to. It didn't end too well.
Oh, dear.
Start of a day, mate, cracker, first fish, hit the boat, 70. It's like, here we go, we're
Let's
on.
go.
Then poor old Bomb, he hadn't caught a fish for a while.
Yeah.
And I mean, months, well over 6 months.
Yeah, it's been a while since he's been out.
So he hadn't buried hooks into a fish for a while. And, mate, the first fish that jammed his orgy, oh, my God, it was the best.
Let me guess. Haven't fished in that long. He would have called it for about 20 centimetres bigger than it was.
Nah, completely opposite. It was the hook set that got me.
Oh.
It was a fucking proper Yankee step back. Yep. It's ripped into this fish. And it's hit the surface in the strike like that's and I'm going, oh, fuck.
Pulled him
right.
up.
And it was probably 50 centimetres or whatnot.
Yeah,
and,
right.
I said, there's a monkey off your back. And no sooner did I say that, like 3 casts later, boom,
Bang,
he's on again. I'm like, he's on a roll here. 10 minutes later, bang, got another one. I'm like, now we're talking.
Yeah, righto.
And I get up a bit further and I got another little fella. And it was, the average kind of dropped that day. It was a lot of 55s type of thing. It was just a 70 at the start.
Yeah, the last trip I did, which we'll talk about in a sec, same thing. Like, we'd been fishing that spot. We've been fishing that spot a little while now, and we've been getting heaps of in the 70s, a few in the 60s, some in the 80s, 87.
Yeah.
I dropped one that was about the 90 mark in that spot. But that trip that I went on with my mate, I don't think we even got one over 70.
Yeah.
Well, but you were there the same day. But anyway, continue.
Yeah, no, it's fucking pretty ordinary. Like a fish size. It was still great fun, and we're really trying to get Bomber's young fella onto a few fish, and he loves surface. Absolutely loves it.
He sort of ruined himself on surface, didn't he? Wasn't his first fish a bit of a cracker on surface?
He got his first fish with us last year on surface.
Yeah, and it was like a 70-something, wasn't it?
No, his first one was only probably a little one, like a 55 or something.
Yeah.
But give him hell, like shit himself when it hit, and just buried him through a tree.
Yeah.
And we ended up, getting hit him. But it was game on. Surface time was happening. We said, righto, let's go. Within 10 minutes, Billy had missed a fish. Bomber had one swirl on him. Mind you, before this, my electric motor shit the bed. Oh. So we're in drift mode in 3,500 going down the Macquarie.
Drifting pretty quick by the sounds.
Oh, she's proper. Absolutely pumping. And, like, you're trying to pepper snags, and the amount of times I had to start my motor to try and hold us in a spot where a fish had missed us and whatnot. Shit house. But Billy had missed his second one, and he got another cast in there, hit him again, and he missed him again. I was like, fuck. And we're drifting that fast. I was at the back of the boat.
Bastard.
I said, I've got the last shot here. Like, I'm going to have to cast there. I cast, and Bomber's got a GoPro. threw in this fish, come up and belted me. I hooked it. And I'm like, shit. He spun around. He's like, you seagull, the kid, you weak. He just bit me. He's like, you just took his fish off him.
Gave you a spray.
Oh, yeah, give me hell. And I was like, fuck, we wouldn't have been able to cast back in. I just couldn't defend myself. It was game over. But, yeah, fish ended up falling off anyway, so no one got it. But, yeah, and then I think I got another one on surface, and then, mate, fished till 10:30 and never got another hit.
Oh, wow, okay. So it was red hot on that light change and then just died after that.
7:30 onwards. Like, we got them pretty early.
Yeah,
absolutely pretty early.
So it wasn't even light change yet, really?
Nah. Like, after the first two fish, I went in and had a swim. It was still stinking hot. But, yeah, no, it was supposed to have a surface fish off.
Yeah, never happened.
But, yeah, the electric absolutely ruined our day. So there's my fuck up for the week.
We're on a roll. Things come in threes, so I don't know what the last thing is.
Oh, don't, no.
Hey. Oh, well, and top off, the last trip I did with Alex, I got a mate, currently lives in Byron, and he's about to head over to Broken Hill. Yeah, he just got a job out there in Broken Hill. So he came down to Dubbo for his old man's 60th. On the Saturday, he's like, let's go fishing. I said, didn't ask me twice.
Yep.
So headed down a little spot. We did all right during the day. I think we kicked off at probably got in the water at about 3 o'clock and finished up at about 8:30.
Yeah.
Back home by like 9:30. We got 16 for the day. Pretty good. I think he absolutely annihilated me on bait.
Did he?
I did not get a fish on bait. I think he got 9 in a row.
Yeah. Shit.
I was like, what am I doing wrong? I was starting to question myself there for a little bit. I was like, well, I got the easiest. He had the stink. He had the stink that day. 9 in a row. Nothing huge. I think probably the biggest he got on bait was about a 60 something. I was like, cool, righto. And then we'd run out of bait. He caught that many damn fish and that many bites. We ran out of bait. We had a full 2, well, maybe 1.5 chicken breasts there.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And usually I'm taking stuff home, not running out after about 2 hours.
Yeah, well, I remember ringing you, and I was on my way out to meet you at the spot, and you're like, we're about to swap the lures already because we're out of bait. And I was like, sucked in.
Yeah. So they were doing all right, and then as soon as we swapped to lures, just went to 100mm divers, I think Orgy and Xeric and a slickback.
Yeah.
And, we did cracker for about the first... Between about 4 and 5, I think we got 3 fish on lures, which is pretty early. Still pretty good, but they're all in the same spot, one after the other.
Yeah.
And I think the biggest went about 70. Alex got a big hit. He got a real big hit, and I dare say it would have been a big model, but didn't sink hooks in it. And then we just fished up and down, didn't get much going down, and then came back up, got a few more, nothing on surface. But absolutely cracking day. Anyway, you're out there in the kayak.
I had a real good day.
Yeah. I didn't even see you.
Nah. And we were like, at one stage, we were only 150 metres apart.
Yeah. I didn't even see you. You called me like, I'm in this spot. I'm like, I'm about 150 metres down past there. All right, we might see you soon, blah, blah, blah. We went down a bit further, came back up and weren't there. Called you again. You're like, no, I'm fucking pulling out. I'm done.
Yeah. It was good fishing. Like, I think my first fish of the day was an 81.
Yeah, and I was so bummed out when you told me where it came from. Like, I fucking hit that spot.
Yeah, and the funny part was when I caught it, I literally was like, fuck, the colour I've got on is just not working.
Yeah.
And I swapped, third cast, bang, 81. And it gets worse. I sent you a Snapchat of it sitting on me chest.
Yeah.
Like cracking solid fish for an 81.
I was a little bit devastated and I was like, what I'm catching 81.
You know the worst part?
Yeah.
I didn't save a photo, a video, or nothing. You were the only one that witnessed that fish. Yeah. So
I remember you taking a photo or you're taking a video and you got it in your arms on your chest and you took a little span to get across your chest. And I was like, hey, it's a decent fish. I didn't know how big it was at that point. But
Did I send you the Bragmat one where it was laying in the water and I had it?
No, I don't think so.
I had the fish.
You sent me the release video.
That was right at the end of it. I measured on the brag mat in the water and let it go.
Right. Must have been a stuff up or something, but yeah, I only got the release video.
Yeah, right. But yeah, cracking fish. I think my next fish was 70 or 72 or something like that. It was another good fish. And then I ended up only got one small cod, and then I caught a fucking monstrous carp on a 100 mil plough.
That hurts my heart.
Give me fucking curry too. Like,
I bet he did.
He had the back of a 100 mil plough down his throat.
Wow. Okay, so he proper engulfed it.
Yeah, he had a crack at it. And it was only because I threw, being in a kayak, I threw in the back of this log and I got like 4 cranks of the handle and then my kayak drifted sideways. So I stopped winding. Yeah. And I just went to move me paddle to straighten myself back up. And as I picked the rod up, it just took off out of my hand. I was like, oh, fuck. And
hit you on the boards.
Yeah, laid into it. And next minute, like 10 seconds into the fight, this carp's launched itself out of the water like a barrow, and I'm like, holy shit.
The old mud marlin.
Yeah. And I got at the side of the kayak, and I was like, that is a proper carp. Like,
what'd you call it for? Did you measure it? Or?
Nah, mate, I reckon it would have been 90, easy.
Wow, yeah, it's a big carp.
Big shoulders on it. And, yeah, I ended up doing the deed and just, and, yeah, sent her on its weight.
See you later.
Yeah, and after that, I think I just said, oh, that's me, I'm done. And I paddled back for an hour and a half back to the car.
Oh, yeah. It was a good trip, but I hate knowing that carp are getting more adaptive now. Like, I've heard them take chicken, and I've got them on swim baits now. You've got them 100 mil orgies. We've seen them. The trip before that, we were on, when you were testing out the colour shifts, we even had one follow 100 mil orgy at that point, and it was only a 40 centimetre fish or something. Yeah,
that's right.
Devastating to see, but what can you do? Need to eradicate them somehow. Actually, while we're on that topic, I have read a bit of an article this week about carp and some of the studies they've been doing. So recently they've done quite a few studies. I can't remember how many it was. It was a fair few. Actually, I might see if I can bring it up. Here it is. Here it is. All right. So they've taken some studies, a non-linear meta-analytic approach to describe the biomass impact relationships for the 8 impact metrics, and then integrate these relationships with a recently published spatial carp biomass model for Australia in order to quantify the ecological impacts of the carp invasion on Australian aquatic ecosystems. That is probably the biggest words I'm ever going to say on this podcast.
Yes.
So they go on to say the meta-analysis compiled 286 abundance impact estimates from 41 studies revealing both linear and non-linear relationships across impact metrics. Validation with out-of-sample carp removal experiments showed high prediction accuracy for most metrics, though the model consistently underestimated macrophyte recovery by 10 to 35%. So, the study's findings indicate that carp invasion in Australia has significantly reduced macrophytes. I had to Google it. I didn't know what a macrophyte was, but apparently it means a plant that you can see with your eye.
Yep.
So any sort of plant life you can see with your eye. So it's reduced macrophytes by a median of 36%.
That's a lot.
So there's a third less plant life, which does so much for our ecosystem, gone. It's also reduced macroinvertebrates, so, your small insects, your larvae, your yabbies, crayfish, all that sort of stuff, down by 31%. While increasing nitrogen levels by 2%, plankton biomass by 7%, and phosphorus by 8%. And the big one, increasing the turbidity of the water by 63%. Now,
Wow.
Another thing I had to Google, turbidity. I had a bit of an idea what it meant, but it actually means the measure of relative clarity of a liquid. So how clear is it? So it's decreased the clarity by 63%.
Which is a shitload.
That is an absolute crap ton.
And look at the Macquarie right now compared to 5 years ago.
It's so much clearer now than it ever has been.
Chapapi.
Yeah, so much. But just goes to show those little buggers, they have done a hell of, and it's quantifiable now with these studies of how much damage they've really done to our ecosystem. It's time to get rid of them.
Yeah.
Need to get rid of them. Can you imagine how much better all the systems in Australia would be without fucking carp in it?
Yeah, that's right. Oh, I'm still down for the bow fishing. I can't wait to give that a crack.
Yeah, bow fishing is so much fun.
Go shoot some carp in the shallows, mate.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was part of the trial for bow fishing a couple of years ago.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, got a little hat and set it everything. Went on trial bow fishing tester. Bright orange. You know that blaze orange you have to wear for hunting? Yeah, it was that colour. Got all the fiberglass tips for the bow and everything. Good fun. Especially if you go to, shallow waters like Lachlan. Great in the Lachlan. You find some little tributaries off that.
Yeah.
They had some specified bow fishing spots around New South Wales. Like, this is a predominantly bow fishing spot. Come here, do whatever you want. And I'm pretty sure you can do it. You could have done it in quite a few dams and that sort of stuff as well.
Yeah, yeah.
And I can't say for certain, but I think it might have passed. I think you can bow fish.
Yeah, it's legal now.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. Legally
100%.
bow fish now. So I think I'm definitely going to stick my bow and arrow in the boat next time I go up and crack a few of those schools.
Like Matty Martin. Like, how much has he done of that? He goes out to Barnong with his young fella and absolutely blows a field away. And it's pretty cool. Like, looks fun as, and he's got a big tarp rolled out in a bass boat and throws
chucking all the
that.
carp in there. And I reckon that'd just be fun. Like, it'd be even cool just to do like a little social thing. Get a bunch of boats out on the water. How many carp can we clear out?
Yeah. I'd have to finish on a high though, go chase some yellows and cod bow. I reckon after a day of it, I'd be sick of it. But
Yeah, that's right. That's right. And some places out west, geez, they're getting bad. Like Bogan, it's pretty bad.
oh, that bogan's horrible, isn't it? And still horrible.
Yeah. Unreal the amount of carp in that system. I can't get over it.
Yeah, no, it's proper choked up, that system.
I think I was talking to one of the mates recently and they went out for the carp muster.
Yeah.
He had his two little girls there just with corn on a small hook. I think they got 63 carp between the two girls, and it was like in 2 hours, if that. He said he was just standing in the middle, taking the hooks out of the carp and rebaiting, putting back in, and the next one would be pretty much on.
That's insane, eh? They're just thick as poison.
Oh.
And speaking of which, while we're on the topic of river systems,
Yeah.
fucking glass.
Oh, don't get me fucking started on glass.
Shit you to tears.
So, personal opinion, don't give a fuck what you reckon, but I think glass should be banned from all waterways, whether you're in a boat, on a bank, fucking, I don't give a shit. I think glass should be banned.
Yep, amen.
How many times have you been cut? I know you've been cut a few times.
I've ended up in hospital from stepping in the river on glass.
I remember I've been on 2 trips now that you've stepped on glass.
Yep.
Broken bottle at a local boat ramp on the river, having a casual day.
Yeah.
And some dickhead has just smashed a bottle in the water or chucked it in or something, just ruined it. Fucking ruined your day.
I'm all for having a beer and having a fat time on the river with your mates and whatnot, but take a couple of cans and take the shit with you.
Mate, you get more in a 30 block than you do 24 bottles.
Exactly.
That's just smart.
You still get your 10-cent refund.
Yeah, that's right. And you get more than $3. It's $3 out of a cart instead of $2.40.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, absolute shits and tears. Like, I reckon it's getting worse with the glass on banks and shit.
Bloody oath. And they hang around for bloody ever. There's been a glass bottle, one of those real old dark amber glass bottles, kind of like a Tui's longy or something like that. It's been wedged in this bank that I fish for that bloody long ever since I was a kid. I remember that spot because of that bloody glass bottle.
Yeah.
But the thing that gives me the shits is there's these people out there who think it's their God-born right to go out fishing, and instead of keeping all their fucking bottles and cans in their boat, just off the side of the boat.
Yeah, we had an incident on the weekend about that, didn't we?
We did indeed. So, out fishing, Aaron's in the kayak, me and Alex are in the boat, and then there's this fella and his wife or something, I guess. And He's fishing along. He's got a keeper's net in the boat, which again, that's a red flag for me straight off the fucking bat. I don't
It was
like
an
it.
oversized fish.
Yes. Don't get me wrong. Don't care about a keeper's net as long as they're the right size fish. But it was an oversized fish.
Well and truly.
So, pissed me off right straight off the bat. Anyway, kept on fishing, doing my own thing. See a bottle float past. I went, that looks pretty fucking fresh. Righto. Pick him up, put him in the boat. See another bottle float past. That looks fresh too. Pick him up, put him in the boat.
Yep.
Drive past him. He must have been sitting there for, I don't know, he fucking was sinking them down.
Yeah.
But 3, 4, 5 cans, bottles in the water. As soon as he'd finished one, I was watching him after that. He'd finish his beer and go off the side of the boat. Mate, what the fuck are you doing? Now, I'm not a very confrontational sort of person. I hate confrontation.
I'll do it.
So I let it rest. That's on me. I let it rest. I'll clean up after this grub. I'll pick all the shit out of the water. I'll put it in the boat. And guess what? I'm going to go claim 10 cents on it because that's what I do. By no means am I, I'm not totally free of doing the wrong thing every now and then.
No.
On accident.
Yeah.
Okay, you have a can or something in a boat. You're zooting along. Can flies out the back. You're not going to find it. It's one of those, fuck, I should have put that in the live well, or I should put that in a hatch, or I should have not put it somewhere it's going to blow out of the boat. But it happens.
Yeah, it's just that on purpose shit.
Yeah, when they're sitting down and they're flicking a can or a bottle out the side, my blood boils.
And like talking about when I cut my foot the second time with you, at a very popular spot in Dubbo,
Very
one
popular.
of the main
People
reserves.
ski at it.
There's families that take their kids, they swim right there.
Yep, it's a nice shallow boat ramp to swim out next to it. Everyone puts their boat in, have to get in the water to push your boat out. People go skiing. People come down from skiing and come off their skis or wakeboards or kneeboards and slide into this spot into the bank to change over.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And it's just fucking common courtesy.
The thing that boils my blood more is it takes more effort to grab that bottle and flick it behind you than it does to put it back in your esky where it came from originally or in the bottom of your boat.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my rant over.
Yes.
So I think there should be laws passed. You're not allowed to, at least not allowed to have glass anywhere near water.
Yeah.
Just like pools. Pools aren't allowed to do it. Why the fuck should you be allowed in the river?
Yeah. Yeah, they should make it like if you're going to the waterway, it's cans or you can't.
Yeah, cans or can't. I like it. That is the fucking
Cans or
slogan.
can't.
Cans or can't. I like that a lot. Anyway, enough about the grubs on the river and the people doing this sort of stuff. We did have someone recently get in contact with us, and we've touched a little bit on, fish getting gut hooked or fish passing hooks or that sort of stuff and what to do, which is fine. But we got an email recently asking about fish disease.
Yep.
Particularly red spot. So I don't know if anyone's pulled out a fish, pull it out, and it's got all those little red spots on it, or they can be a few, or probably the worst I've seen is yellow belly, especially in dams. They just absolutely littered with them, and it sort of eats away. It can eat away at the side of their bodies. It's going to eat away on their dorsal fins and expose their spikes, and there's not much sort of that webbing in between. It's a bacterial infection, which gets onto, I guess, their skin, eats through, because all fish have like a protective slime on them. That's why if you ever take some for eating, put them in an esky or something like that, you pick them up and there's just dollops and just streams of slime coming off them.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah, because even when they're dead, they'll still develop that, their skin will still develop that slime.
Yep.
So, yeah, red spot. Is it bad for them? Yes. Typically means they're probably sitting in still water too much. It also isn't, it can kill them. It can kill them eventually. What can we do? Not much.
No, there's not much at all.
There's not much you can do. It doesn't affect the meat quality if you are taking them to eat. Does not affect the meat quality or anything like that.
No, it doesn't. No.
Just make sure it might have other diseases like, worms on top of this red spot, which I'm pretty sure is a bacterial infection. Just cut them open, and probably the biggest indicator that you can check for in all wildlife, fish or mammals, whatever you kill and eat,
Yep.
the liver. If the liver's got white spots or it's not looking great, probably don't eat it. If you look through the flesh and it's got worms and stuff, not great. You can cook it out. You
Yeah.
gotta cook it well, but you can cook it out. Definitely don't sashimi it.
No.
But yeah, there's quite a few other things. I've kept fish all my life in tanks and stuff. White spot, I don't know if that's
Yeah, I don't know if you seem to get it much in.
No, it might just be an aquarium-borne
Yeah.
disease, but this one's called red spot. Very similar sort of thing, just a fungal or bacterial infection.
And look, what even more on the topic, the parasite. Jesus Christ, I don't know. The parasite.
I saw your
that,
brain re-tick like a 95 Windows then.
We did. It's so the parasite that affects a lot of fish and in freshwater as well, which attaches themselves to the fish, which kind of looks like your red dots on the outside.
Yeah.
And that's obviously when they're juvenile.
Yep.
And there's a difference between a male and a female one as well. So
Oh, there you go.
this style of parasite will actually make its way up to the fish's face and get in through its gill plate and make its way to the tongue. And what this does,
yes. Yep.
it eats away the tongue of the fish and
becomes
replaces
the
it
tongue.
and becomes the tongue.
Yeah, I have seen this in person, and it is fucking freaky.
Yeah, it's
It's
disgusting.
in saltwater too, isn't it?
Yeah, they do
I've
them in
seen
salt and fresh.
quite a few snapper that have this. Yeah, it's a parasite instead of a tongue sitting there.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's the female that'll attach to the tongue,
Yep.
but the males will always attach around or near the gill plate. Yeah, so like a female one, they can grow from 8 mil to 29 mil, and where a male can only grow from 4 to 14. So that's the little red
They're
spots.
tiny. Yeah.
And they look freaky. If you ever grab a fish where the tongues are developed,
Yeah, I have seen that in person, and it is a bit frightful.
his tongue's got legs.
Yeah, and do not under any circumstance try and remove that parasite if it's onto the tongue.
Yeah, if it's on the tongue, forget it. If they're on the side, go yarders. Get a pair of pliers on it, rip her off.
Yep, but on the tongue, you'll probably kill that fish.
Yep.
Yeah, that parasite cemented it. That's creepy though, eh? It's just sitting there waiting for the fish to eat so it can eat.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so I've even just looked it up there.
I can't pronounce that.
No, neither can I.
Cymathoa exigua, or also known as the tongue-eating louse.
That'll do.
That'll do.
So, yeah, that's him.
You know how I talked about saying the most difficult word about 10 minutes ago? Well, I think that took the cake.
Yeah, that one was, I kind of threw him under the bus because there's no way I could pronounce it. So I just spun around and said, here, have a look at this.
Yeah, have a look at my iPhone, try and pronounce that.
Yeah, there's actually a cracking photo of one. Oh, dear God.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's creepy look. I can't even describe what it sort of resembles, to be honest.
Kind of like a
Kind of looks like a
body
tiny
grub. Or...
Yeah, it kind of looks like a barty grab mixed with like a Balmain bug or something.
Yes. Yeah.
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 Like a Balmain
there's one
bug
in a
mixed with a
fish's
barty
tongue.
grab. Oh, yeah. See, that's on a Nemo fish.
On a Nemo fish.
What do they call them? Clownfish.
It's an anemone.
An anemone.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's all sorts of wonderful parasites, fungals, bacteria and that stuff on fish. But from my experience, liver is the place to check whether something's going to be healthy.
Yeah.
If it's got white dots or it's inconsistent or different coloured or pale or anything like that, don't eat that fish.
And most of the time, these parasites are never going to affect us.
No, that's right.
Just, still be mindful.
Yeah, always cook your fish well unless you're very confident that it's a healthy fish.
Yeah. And you'll be able to tell by the weight, the fin deterioration,
Yeah.
just have a look at the simple signs.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. So, mate, got any cracking stories lately? I know of one that's
Speaking of,
fun.
I had a kill switch moment. I'm nearly going to have a topic for myself for kill switch moments.
You've had a few.
Oh, proper.
I had. I'm not going to lie. Actually, the day I went fishing with Alex and you came down in the kayak, I had a little one.
See, it's not just me.
It was only 5 pulls.
I was about 500.
I went 5 pulls. I'm like, this thing usually starts in 1 or 2 pulls. Old trusty 2-stroke Yamaha from the 90s.
Yeah.
Hello. Yeah, 5 pulls. And I was like, crap, what is going on here? Look down and I'd pull the kill switch off. And I was like, got him.
Yeah. Well,
what did you do, buddy?
Mine was I got home from work and the missus bouncing off the walls going, can we go fishing? Yeah, no worries, darling. If you're keen as, let's go.
Let's go.
So then Jared stuck his head out my house, mate, and he's like, can I
take
come?
along, please?
Yeah, mate, jump on, fucking let's go. So I went for a run in the river. Mate, put the boat in. Jared, he wanted to have a drive, so he drove us all the way up to our spot. And we had a fish, and Kez and Jared both got a fish.
Yeah.
I was fishless for now.
Yeah.
Then dropped my first fish I hooked.
Bugger.
But this
Snowball from there, did it?
Oh, yes. I lost a surface lure.
You lost a surface lure.
I threw it at a snag and it shot backwards that far under the water. It hit a root ball and I couldn't get it off.
Couldn't get it out.
No,
couldn't reach it.
No.
That is bloody rare to lose a surface lure.
So I lost one of them.
All right, so already it started off to be a cracker day.
Well, to be honest, I had enough by then. I didn't retie.
So you're just guiding at this point?
Yeah, I was just guiding. Just sitting back and netting fish. And yeah, we got down to the last pool you can possibly fish before you hit this rapid.
Yeah.
And I said, righto, guys, fish service hard here. Once we get to the top of the rapid, we'll pull stumps and we'll head home.
Yeah.
Yep, easy as. And I'm just chilling. Got right at the end of the run. No fish were boated. Righto, pack up. It's time to go. Started pulling the motor. Fucking nothing happening. No response. No heartbeat. I was like, fucking, this is a brand new motor. It should start on a breath.
Got maybe 12 hours on it.
Oh, yeah. And I'm like, this is bullshit. Like, and to the point where I'm standing on my back deck and I'm giving it all I've got.
Yeah.
And, yeah, still no good. We've hit this rapid at full fucking pelt. I've jumped out of the boat, gone waist deep, trying to drag it up. And I'm like, you're going to have to bail out. I can't fucking hold on. And we've jammed it up the peak. And it's fucking, like, where it comes in to that rapid is pretty rough.
Yeah.
Like, she's not a fun place to be. And mind you, this is 500 fucking pulls later. I've gone, fuck it. My missus even said to me, walk up bank and have a breather.
Yeah.
I've walked up, I've taken my shirt off because boy am I sweaty at this stage. Right, here's my breather. Calmed down. I said, right, why the fuck isn't this starting? It's got to be something simple. I look down, I'm like, no kill switch. But mind you, I didn't see the fucking kill switch in the boat. So I thought I'd completely lost my kill switch. So I've just spun around and gone, the fucking kill switch is gone. And here I am trying to calibrate, like, what am I going to jam under there? I'm going to put a pair of pliers or something to limp me back. And as I'm thinking it, Jared's found it and he's put it back on.
Yeah.
I didn't see him do that. I walked back to the boat and back to the engine and I'm like, the kill switch is on it. Am I fucking dreaming?
Am I going crazy?
I was like, hold on, wait a minute. Something ain't right. So I'm going, you fucking mother. We're going to have to push out in this rapid here. I said, we're all going to have to hold on the boat. I'm going to start it.
Yeah.
Pretty dumb idea. But I said, once it's started, you two jump in simultaneously and I'm going to jam this into full, like hit it into forward and jump in myself. Bear piled in. And I couldn't hold the boat any longer. I had to hit him forward. And as I've come in, I've given it an almighty rev. And I'm on the side gunner with my knees and I'm just flat bickies in the tinny. I spun around and I just held a flat the whole way back. And Kez and Jared, they're both fucking shit themselves because I've just lost my shit to the point where I was going to punch a hole through my cowling. And by this stage, I found the funny side of it. So me being a shit stirrer, we jumped in the ute after strapping the boat on and whatnot, and started the car and started driving out. We got about 20 metres from the boat ramp. I said, geez, it's quiet in here, guys.
They're sitting a bit in the back trying not to make a word.
Too scared to speak. Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. But, that was my kill switch moment, episode 37 of that. Jeez, I've done that a lot.
Yeah. You'd think it by now would be the first thing you checked.
I reckon I should just glue it on, but if I ever fall out, I'm fucked.
Yeah, that's right. It's there for a reason.
Yeah, that's right. Safety first, lads.
Safety first, but that's a pain.
Yeah.
It is a pain.
It's no good.
So Jared drove the boat up.
Yep.
And then
I had it started in between. Oh, yes, I missed out a little bit there.
Oh, so you did start
I got it started right at the start.
Yeah.
But then I fell over. And as I've fallen over, I've ripped the kill switch off. And then when I stood up, it just wouldn't fucking start. So I'm like, that's when the berries started falling out.
Yeah, right. Gotcha. Oh, that's pretty cracker.
So I've had some crazy shit happen in the last couple of weeks as fishing.
Yeah, we have. With us fishing, you generally get some funny stories.
Like I've done my motherboard in my motor now.
That's right. And your electric motor, the motherboard's gone.
So poor old Loomsy got the phone call the other day and put one of them on order for me. But mind you, I speak a lot up for Motor Guide. Got nothing to do with them at all. I just love them as a motor.
Yeah.
This is the first one in probably, it'd be 10 years that's played up.
Yeah.
They are a good motor. They really are.
Yeah, I rate them, and that's all I've ever run. Oh, not ever run. I had them in Coda for quite a while, and it was a good electric motor. I know you hate them.
I fucking hate them. I went through 3 in about 5 months because they're pieces of shit.
I had that Motor Guide for quite a few years. And it was always good to me. Never missed a beat, never stuffed up.
Oh, Minn Kota.
Oh, Minn Kota, sorry. Yeah, it had Minn Kota. Yeah, I had it for years. Never missed a beat, never fucked up. But same thing with Motor Guide. I've never had one really stuff up. Always been pretty solid.
Yeah, no, they've been absolute ball terrors. Like,
Yeah,
I broke a shaft on one.
On a what, Motor Guide?
Yeah. Ooh. That was my own fault, though.
Mulwala, big wins.
Oh, and we've got some big news.
Do we?
Yes, we do.
Shit, I don't know about this, but
yes, you do.
Let's go. What?
The CodTales boys are going to Cod Nationals.
How good is that? Yeah, we did. We got a bait the Cod Nationals this year, so I'm pretty bloody excited if you want to know.
Yeah, this is Cod Nationals is something I've wanted to fish for many, many years.
Yeah, you said you'd been trying to fish it since like 2013, was it?
Yeah, 2013 was the first time I tried to get into it.
Trying to fish it, and lucky enough this year we got a bit of a call up, so let's go.
Yeah, so that's on the 2nd of March. I think we leave, which is the Tuesday.
Not 2nd of March, 12th.
Is that 12th?
2nd of March is the team's comp that unfortunately we will not be able to make.
No.
At Windy. Yes.
So we leave the Tuesday. We'll leave the Monday night.
Yep, leave the Monday night, the 11th.
Full week.
Get there on the Tuesday, briefing Tuesday night, and then fishing from Wednesday to Sunday.
And I wouldn't mind talking about it. Go
on.
The Cod Nats it's not just a go out there and fish like you normally would type of comp.
And this is what blew my mind talking to you and Banksy about this, and it got me so much more excited about it. Yeah. I couldn't believe the amount of effort they've gone into to do this comp.
Yep.
You take it away because I'm going to fuck it up.
So it's not a total length comp by all means. It's all about point systems.
Yeah, you can sort of not game the system, but you have to be smart about how you do things.
Exactly right.
It's not just who catches the biggest cod or the most cod. It's about being smart about your multipliers. You explain.
And the best part about you backing off what you just said was everyone that's won that comp has won it with like a 60 centimetre average.
Yeah.
But there has been multiple metres caught. So what it is each day is a different brand or style of lure. So, for instance, you got one day is a spinnerbait day and it's got to be a Bassman spinnerbait.
And you're going to hate that day, aren't you?
Well, it's going to be the first time in a long time I've thrown a spinnerbait.
But you're throwing the best spinnerbaits out there, mate.
Yeah. If I was going to throw a spinnerbait, it's got to be Bassman.
Yeah, for sure.
Glenn can make a good lure.
Unreal.
And
I don't think I've chucked many other than Bassmans, to be honest.
mate, I wouldn't even worry about it. Glenn's or nothing.
Yeah.
And, there's a hard body day. That's where my day's going to shine, I hope.
Yeah, you do love a hard body.
But Mulwala is a hard place to fish hard bodies as well.
Well, the thing is, for me, I've never really fished a hard body in a dam. It's always been a soft plastic, a swim bait, or surface.
Yeah. Well, see, Mulwala is very similar to fish in the river. So much timber, so much tight structure.
That's what got me excited because I went, as soon as I knew we were fishing it, went on Google Maps and I just started looking at it. I was like, there is timber upon timber. I've never fished it before. Timber upon timber upon timber. I'm like, this looks more like fishing the river than it does fishing a dam. And that gets me excited because river fishing is where I'm at.
There's even log jams in Mulwala. Like you don't get that in any dam. There's
so
log jams. So, yeah, it's all a part of it. So there's bonus points for the Pacific lure for the day.
Yeah, so if you do catch a fish on a Bassman spinnerbait, on spinnerbait day, it's an extra X amount of points.
Exactly right.
Different type of spinnerbait, don't get those extra points.
No.
So it's a bloody big advantage if you do catch them on a Bassman.
Exactly right. So you've got to work with your point systems. You've got to work with your bonus day. So there's a bonus day, which out of the 4 days fishing, me and Dane have got to sit down and we've got to pick one day before the comp starts.
Go. That's our bonus point day.
That's our bonus day. So it's like times and 1.5 times. So
there you go. Yep.
We go, righto, we want to pick hard body day and we go out and we bang our fish. Every fish is times 1.5 points.
Yes, that's right.
That's when you can shoot through the roof. And then there's...
Well, that's the days that you don't want to catch big ones. You don't want to focus on big ones. You just want to catch lots.
Yep.
Just numbers over quality.
Yeah, exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to get the numbers. That's the pointy end. But there's also bonus points for the biggest fish. Like there's... The point system is awesome. I reckon it's a great novelty.
Yeah, like the way you explained it, it's like you can never, ever get a tie. Mm-hmm. It's like so impossible to get a tie.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Yeah. And you can be coming dead last one day and win the next day's session.
Yeah.
So you're never out of it completely, which is another cool thing.
Yeah, and you can win the day as well. So
yeah, win the day.
Each team has a possibility of winning the day. There's also prize for biggest fish of the day, I think, as well.
Yep.
Yeah. And
this is all through Tony Bennett, which is Mulwala Fish and Ski.
Yep.
So this is his thing.
His baby.
And, which is also he's a part of the Megabucks as well.
Yep.
So yeah, shout out to Tone for that one. He does a good job for this. But it's not just the fishing that I'm wanting to go for. It's the atmosphere as well. So after the comps, like there's...
Yeah, the nights.
There's game nights, like...
Yeah.
Balance the egg on the spoon race and it's like stuff like that. And it's just fucking
the dress
hilarious.
up.
Yeah,
I've seen the dress up. So apparently they go to Salvos or somewhere and get a bunch of women's clothing.
Yep.
And the newbies, which will be us this year by the sounds, will have to dress up and put a bit of makeup on.
Yes.
And do a bit of a strut.
Do a bit of a catwalk.
And what is it? The best dressed and catwalk wins like a bar voucher or something?
Yeah, I can't remember. I think it might be... Yeah, it's a voucher or something.
Voucher of some sort. I can't remember what. But there's like something every night that you can win outside of fishing.
Yeah.
Which is awesome because even if you're terrible, which we probably will be, you got a chance to do other stuff. And that whole Mulwala setup where you have the club on the water, you can pull up to your boat at the club.
Yeah.
That gets me excited.
Beautiful place, mate.
Yeah.
It'll be an absolute eye-opener for you. So Dane's got 1 day of pre-fish to kind of get an idea of how the dam lays out. I've fished it quite a few times, so I'm lucky there. But I've also won a comp there, and I've also got my ass kicked there. So I've gone from one end to the other.
That's just cod fishing in general, isn't it? You don't know what's going to happen. I mean, there's boys down there that definitely figured out that dam and are always up the pointy end. But for me going down there, I don't know how I'm going to attack it.
The thing with my whale, there's a lot of small fish. You might catch 40 fish for the day, which is unreal for cod.
Yeah.
But you might only have 3 legals.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yep.
Super hard. Like the year I won it, I think I caught over 30 fish to myself.
Oh.
Just to myself for the 2 days I was there.
Wow. Okay.
But it was a bag of 10 legals.
Yeah.
We won it with a bag of 7. So it was pretty much whoever caught the most.
No one caught a bag?
No one caught a bag. And in that comp that I fished was Freshwater Masters.
Yep.
That year was its 30th year. No one in 30 years had caught a bag of 10 cod at my
Legal
whaler.
size cod.
Yep, but legal size cod. So that was
crap.
always
that
run.
Is nuts.
Shit, when was that? I think that was this time of year now, like
Yeah, right.
February maybe.
Yeah.
So super hard time of year to get big fish,
Yep.
but you get a lot of them.
Yeah, gotcha. So you were also talking about some of the fish down there. You reckon that they're a bit not dainty, but you have to go a bit lighter?
Yeah, I used to fish, like when I used to fish it, it was I was 20 pound, 30 pound max.
Right. Yeah, you're not running 50-50 like you're running in a river to crack them out of snags.
Which is completely opposite of what I've said before. Is lots of timber, go heavy. But I just
try and pull them out. But
it was something that was drilled into my head many years ago fishing it.
Is it just a do you think it's just something that people have done and you've picked up to do that? And you're like, it makes sense?
It honestly could be.
Or do you think that if you went down, so for me, if I went down with a 50 pound setup, do you reckon I'd start pulling hooks?
No, I reckon you'd still catch them. You'd still catch them, but if I was running 20 pound beside you, I reckon I'd smoke you.
Yeah, okay. You reckon they're like cod in that sort of situation, more adapted, they can see?
I reckon it's pressure. Yep. Definitely
they're a bit more pressured. They've learned that heavier gear that they're stay away from a bit more.
Yeah, or they might feel it. Like I know braid vibrates through the water when you're swimming. If you ever had braid drag beside you, you can feel it.
I mean, anyone that's gone bait fishing before, if they stuck in a bit of current in your rod, hums.
It hums, yeah.
Absolutely hums. And the bigger braid you've got, the more it's going to hum. Mm-hmm. So it kind of makes sense that you downsize that braid, it's going to be less disturbance through the water.
But
maybe that's what they're picking up on, that disturbance of big braid through the water.
Yeah. My biggest fish at my whaler was still on 50 and 60 pound, 50 pound braid, 60 pound leader.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
But it was the day I dropped back to 20, I more than doubled my numbers.
Yeah, right.
Fishing the exact same area, same flat.
Yeah.
And I never really got dusted. Not that we're catching big fish.
Yeah.
Like
lot of rods?
I was light at rods. Yeah.
So you're more going down, instead of fishing like that 6 to 12 kilo sort of rod weight, you're going a bit under?
Yeah, 5 to 8, 3 to 6 even. I was throwing.
Yeah, okay. So something you'd chuck for, say, football jigs for a yeller.
Spot on.
Yeah. All right.
Absolutely spot on. I'll still take heavy gear. Don't get me wrong. I'll be definitely taking me 50 pound outfits.
Yep.
But it's more so just to get my lures back. Like if I'm throwing swim baits into some gnarly shit, I want to have the poundage to at least try and get it back.
Them out. Yeah.
That's the only reason. But otherwise, I'd be down there at 20 pound.
Yeah, righto.
Yeah.
The other thing I'm excited for is no live scope. I'm actually excited about this.
Yeah, we're both huge fans of live scope.
We are, 100%. I'm not afraid to admit it. I love using it. It's a fucking fantastic tool when you can use it. But I am also super excited to get somewhere new. It fishes similar to a river, not like a river, but it can fish similar to a river. Yeah. And no live scope. So I'm going to go into river mode straight off because I don't use it in the river. Don't care about it in the river.
Right. You get the mindset of what we do all the time. It's just natural.
Yeah. You're looking for structure. You're looking for current. You're looking for back eddies, that sort of stuff.
Yeah. So the main lake doesn't actually flow, but it's always got an underwater flow.
Yeah. And that's the thing that I've really had to cement in my head about fishing dams over the last 5-6 years. Is that Okay, there might not be a flow in the main basin of a dam, but there is undercurrents.
100% there is.
There is 100% undercurrents, and I use that now, and this might be a little bit of a trick for people who are getting into fishing dams or starting out. Try and think about where the river runs, the corners, where the back eddies would be, all that sort of stuff. Think about bait travelling down that river, and if it hits a corner, what side of the corner, what inside bend, or is that undercurrent going to take that bait?
There's more water pressure on the outside. It's going to push a bait up on top of the flat.
That's right. And
so
that's
it all makes sense. When you put this into perspective, it'll work in every dam.
Yeah, that's right. If you can learn how your water reacts and undercurrents work, I can guarantee you'll catch more fish because I have. I definitely have. Yeah.
Exactly right. And I still use it in chasing yellows in Burrendong. If there's a point that's close to the riverbed at the right depth, it's going to push bait up there, and I could nearly guarantee it through spring if it's the right time of year and
pushing
the water height's right, there'll be fish loaded on a point for a certain reason. There's food coming up out of the main flow.
And that's probably the biggest thing. Right temperature, right point, right throw, right bait. You can
still got to be the right places, but
yeah, you can still look at a map and go, this point should have bait, this point should have fish, this point should have fish, and maybe only one out of the 4 that you've picked actually has fish on it. Well, that's just who knows?
Just the way the dice is rolled.
Yeah, that's right. But you can narrow yourself down a fair bit.
Yeah.
Anyway, back to the cod nats.
Oh yes.
So fish and light. I've also heard, and I don't know how true this is, but fishing smaller. You're not fishing huge baits.
Okay. The comp I won there, I won on TN60s and bass compact spinnerbaits and chatterbaits.
Wow. So from us in the river now, we're chucking 100 mil stuff.
Yep.
You're looking stuff half the size, half the weight.
60 mil.
Half the profile.
So I had, I got a couple of mumblers off Glen a fair while back now. I was going over Glenbourne for my first spring bite.
Yeah.
I was throwing the exact same chatterbaits I would for bass at Glenbourne.
Heavy? Like you're talking half ounce, 5/8, 3/8?
Oh, probably half.
Okay.
Yeah, half ounce.
So looking at it, it's not huge.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not huge. And like it'd be maybe 3.5, 4 inches long in the tail. Like it only had slider grubs, which are 3 inch. So
okay, so you were putting plastics on.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. Back then I did, yeah.
You fish still with a grub now, or are you fishing without?
The last few times I had a lot more success without trailers.
Yeah. Look how natural you are talking about spinnerbaits.
I know. I used to fish them quite a lot, especially when it come to comp time and I need to catch fish. My whaler was definitely one. Mate, I could not fish spinnerbaits all year, get down to my whaler, and I would tie one on a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Just because I was so effective in that area. Like it's just the year I won it with the TN60s, the mumblers, and the little compact spinnerbaits.
Yeah.
And this was when Glenn was making Carl's compact spinnerbaits.
Yeah.
So they're a tiny little blade, single blade, run them through timber like the way I would anywhere else.
Yeah.
Worked a treat. And then I went to this certain colour. I don't want to give this one away because I'm really hoping it pays off for me this time. In a mumbler. And, mate, I went pre-fish day, I went out and I struggled with everything.
Yeah.
Started catching a few fish, but I was getting a lot of short strikes on this mumbler. And, like, it's a bass lure. I shouldn't be getting short strikes.
Yeah, it should be sucking it straight up.
Got home, went back to my cabin, completely dismantled it, just put the skirt on the jig head with me blade.
Yeah.
I had no trailer, still had a stinger. The very next morning, I think I had our first 4 legals in probably an hour.
Oh, wow, crap. Yeah.
Just by dropping
that
back.
Small little change.
And then I lost the thing. We only caught 3 more legals for the rest of the comp. So in the first hour, I had 4 legals, and then I went the rest of the comp with 3 more between me and Corey.
Just out of interest, would you go to something like a beetle spin without a skirt?
Oh, I probably wouldn't trust a wire. That's where I'd start to. Yeah. I'd rather just get Glenn to make me up some spinnerbait arms.
Stuff.
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah. Righto. Okay. I'm starting to piece it together a little bit.
Yeah, so it's just the littler things. Like that's it's nearly so hard to explain as Mulwala is the most different place you could fish cod than anywhere else.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
They're a lot skinnier fish, don't get me wrong, but there is some absolute bombers in there.
Yeah. You've only got to go at Mole Ski and Fish page and you can see some of the absolute donkeys that come out of that place.
Yeah, some absolute horses, mate.
Yeah.
My first ever fish I hooked in that place, I hooked in a kayak.
Yeah.
Trolling across near the main bridge. There's a big flat there, and I got told that there was a heap of like log laydowns and stuff and whatnot. I was trolling a spinnerbait along there, and I would have been 14, 15.
Yeah.
And I hooked something, I could not stop it. Absolutely got smoked. And, and I remember going back to mum and dad. I was like, I hooked a fish, and it was the first thing I couldn't stop.
Yeah.
And it was, And well, the very next fish I caught was 89 or something.
And you managed
and I
to
pulled it up quite fucking easy. I was like,
that is my favourite thing about cod. You can catch an 80 and like even how we did a comparison, you caught an 87 in the dam, 87 in the river, totally different fish.
Yep.
87 in the dam was a beast, absolute beast. You couldn't wrap your arm around it. 87 in the river, you could. But the thing that I love about it, you catch an 80 something and it's, what would you call it for? Maybe max weight on an 80s fish is what, maybe 10 kilo, 12 kilo?
Oh, it probably wouldn't even be that high, I reckon.
No? But then you step up to a 90.
Yeah, that's when they start packing.
That's where they start packing on the weight. They can be double the weight.
Yeah, shit, yeah. Yep.
Then you get a metery. Again to an 80.
3-4 times as heavy.
Yeah. And then you get some of those big girls when they're getting up to 120, 130.
Like that thing Codmac got the other day.
Oh, wasn't that a keg? Holy dooly.
Proper. Got it on a scope bait.
Yeah, Bassman scope bait. Yeah.
Oh, that is a donkey.
That's what I love about cod fishing. Like, it's not, I'd rather catch an absolute keg of an 80 that looks ginormous than a real skinny 90. And you can get an 80. You can get an 80 that will outweigh a 90 every day of the week.
Yeah, shit, yeah.
That's what I love about it.
So it's all exciting. I guarantee you're going to hear about the cod nats over the next couple of weeks before we get there.
Yeah, for sure. And then after it, you're going to hear a whole lot more.
Yeah, and fingers crossed, we're going to come back with a few stories there.
There'll be some stuff ups. There'll be some, hopefully some good fish caught, but we'll find out.
And some of the people we'll meet down there as well. We might get the mics out and get a bit down there as well.
Like if you've got that many dedicated cod fishers down there,
like
unreal to have a chat.
One of the guys we're staying with down there is Pav.
Yep.
Now Pav has won the Cod Nationals three times.
3 times champ. Yep.
So
and he runs his own little lure business as well.
He sure does. Can make a hard body, that fella too.
Can make a fantastic hard body. Pimped up lures if you want to go check them out. Absolutely great lures. Yeah, Australian made, handmade, pretty sure.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Anyway, I think that's about all we got to chat about this week.
Better wrap it off and let some people get back to work and
get back to work or just doing anything better than listening to us ramble on.
Yeah, that's a few earlobes around.
Righto, guys. So thanks for listening again. Another week.
Yeah.
As always, we're still doing our mental health lure board auctions. They have been going off. I think we're almost about to crack the $5,000 raised mark. Won't be too far off.
Nah.
We've still got quite a few lures on the board, but if you want to donate a lure, please feel free to do so. Contact us on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube, whatever. How you can get a hold of us to send us one or just send it straight to 56 Macquarie Street, Dubbo.
That's
Attention, CodTales.
Every lure is $1 closer to our $10,000 mark, and boy, it's going to be good. We're nearly halfway.
Yep.
That's pretty solid effort.
Yeah.
And from all yous, it's not just us.
No, it's definitely, we're maybe facilitating, but it's not us putting the effort in. It's all you guys out there that are willing to donate a lure. Good on you. We've donated lures. Heaps of people we know have donated lures. It's fantastic. It's going to the right cause. Yeah. On top of that, we've got a bunch of new content out at the moment. YouTube's starting to kick off. We've got a Marlin video up. We've got some live Q&As. All the podcasts we do go up on YouTube as well, so they're easier to get to for people that don't have a Spotify. Then, find us on TikTok, Insta, and Facebook.
That's right. Get on the socials.
Yeah.
It helps us grow and get us out there with all this auction and everything for the mental health, really.
Yeah, for sure.
That's our main goal, as well as talking shit and hearing a few good stories.
Yeah, well, we do this for our mental health a little bit. And
100%.
Blow off a bit of steam, have a few laughs.
Yeah, don't mention glass around Dane.
No, I get a little bit worked up sometimes. But anyway, righto, we'll catch yous another time.
Righto, see you guys.